start the recording. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So tonight we have the honor to have our, gathering lead by Christelle Favi on the book "What You Do Is Who You Are." So we'll just yield the floor for Christelle to present as usual, 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, we'll go on with the comment and the contribution. Look like we're having some technical issues.
Yes. Thank you, Frank and Olivier. I'm trying to share my screen, show what I'm sharing. There we go. Okay. And I think, okay, there we go. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Mhm. Okay. Right. Mhm. Okay. All right. So, thank you. We're 5 minutes to 9. Good evening, everyone. So this book, What You Do is Who You Are, How to Create Your Business Culture by Ben Horowitz. Um, so we're going to talk a little bit about the author. We're going to just, I'm going to touch base on really the main core value of the book. So who is Ben Horowitz? He's a prominent Silicon Valley entrepreneur, investor, and author, best known for his work on leadership, culture, and decision making under pressure. His full name is Benjamin Abraham Horowitz. He's a co-founder and a general partner of Andreessen Horowitz, one of the most influential venture capital firm in the world. Background is computer science, a startup operator, and a CEO and an inventor. Before becoming an investor, Horowitz ran a company himself, including surviving near failure experience that deeply shapes his writing. Going fast. So we're going to talk about the what he focuses on. He focuses on culture that is defined by action, not slogans, especially when we are under pressure, when we are in a difficult situation. He's saying that those values that we portray, those moments, are really what define us, especially leaders' behavior under pressure when it comes to managing companies. Okay, core value. He's saying that culture isn't what you is not what you say you value, but it is what you tolerate and reward. He argues that leaders do, especially in hard moments, becomes the real culture of an organization. A mission statement has to come from core value. Um, Mission statement does not matter if daily behavior contradicts them. So if you're doing one thing on a daily basis, but you have a core value that says integrity and truth, it really does not matter. And the people will just your employee will be looking at you. If you're a household personnel, your kids, your wife, they may, or it may be the other way around, your husband, they may be looking at you funny because what you say is not what you do. And really what we do is what stick with people. not what we say. Key lessons. One is culture is shaped in crisis, which is very true. Most defining moment for culture happens during difficult decisions, not good time. How leader acts when things go wrong set the standard for everyone else. Example, if a leader says integrity matters but ignores unethical behavior from top performers, the real value is performance over integrity, not really integrity. The second thing that he talked about is value must be enforced, not announced. So again, it's all about the behavior. Value must be enforced, not announced. Value only matters if they are with clear consequences. Hiring, promoting, and firing must be aligned with stated values. The only way to make culture real is to act consistently with it. The third point he made, leaders are always teaching. Every action by a leader sends a message. Who gets praised? Who gets promoted? What behavior is ignored? People learn culture by watching, not listening. The third point, the fourth point he made is identity drives behavior. He always believes and uses historical example. He used example like the samurai culture and the prison leadership. He did talk extensively about a gentleman who went to prison at, I believe he started everything when he was even 9. And he talked about him, what really shaped him, not only looking at the bad side of what he has done, but really what shaped this guy, his principle and stuff. He talked about Oprah, how Oprah helped him really get the essence of people's mindset. Um, People live up or down to identity that they are given. Strong culture give people a clear sense of who they are. If you tell people they are owners but treat them like replaceable labor, they will act like employees, not owners. And then he talked about you cannot fake a culture. Posters, slogans, packs, which is giving people treats and here and there, gifts, don't create culture. On the contrary, um, daily decisions do. Culture becomes visible in how people behavior when no one is watching. That's very powerful. Um, so yeah, this is really what he talked about. Um, uh, the book. Sorry, I'm flipping through my stuff here, making sure that I cover everything. Okay, we talked about that. So behavior focus accountability those are the main of the book, highly relevant to leaders, managers, educators. Anyone can really take something away from this book. You don't have to be an entrepreneur before you learn something from this book. And he says here, culture applies not just to company, but to family, teams, and personal life. Um, so yes, that's all I have for my presentation, and I will let Fred Toma take the floor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that
Yeah,
detail.
thank you very much. That's like beyond style presentation. You did like 8 minutes for the presentation. Just 8 minutes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. Pion, I think you're doing good job by teaching us how to do this thing, and thank you, Chriselle. So the floor is open, and everyone, as usual, question or contribution, your takeaway from the book, and then we'll start from there. Who want to go first?
Yes, I want to ask a question, a quick question, and maybe Christelle might have not studied that, but probably Pre Arun, Colomb, Fred Thomas, and Ron for sure. We studied Toussaint Louverture, and the guy was saying Louverture, Louverture from the beginning. I didn't capture it until close to the end of the narratives before he said Toussaint, and then I captured the name. So I don't know if that story you guys knew it like that, and if you anyone has maybe a quick summary to give to show how that figure has been exceptional. And if possible, I would recommend we read his book, his biography, which is a very powerful book. If anyone has any comments to make, maybe from Christelle to anyone else about the path that Toussaint Louverture has in this book.
And Crystal, do you want to, or you want me to? Oh no, Roland, go ahead.
Okay, me, the life of Toussaint Louverture means that the the mental, the mental, the winner mental to dress. I call that to dress up for the success. Then anyway, anytime you want to start, it might be business or family life. Then you you create, you build yourself like you want to be the best of the world, the best of their domain. Then Toussaint Louverture was not really a general from the beginning. It's like a, it's a rebel. People keep him like a rebel, but he said it's not easy to fight against the best army in the world at that moment, like British, French, and Spanish. But he beat all those nations, beat general, like no perfect general at Makiza. I don't know how you call it Makiza, but it's like a group, a kind of group, and but he showed people that he's a leader. Then where he want to go, he knew without knowing any techniques in the army really, and he said that I want to be the perfect. I can beat I can beat anyone in the world. And since you want to start a business and you have the winner mentorship mindset, then you succeed. But you need to be really to know where you are going, where you are coming from, where you're going. And so that one is what I can say my contribution for this book.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fred Roland.
Thank you,
So,
Shannon.
if you allow me also to elaborate on the same topic, first, this is the first book that we are reading, and then we are learning that one of the biggest hero is a black, right? Most of the book
Yes.
we read so far is about Western civilization. But in this book, and also if you listen to the author on his YouTube interviews, he talked clearly about Toussaint Louverture, and they use Toussaint Louverture as a reference in military academy and military school around the world. So Toussaint Louverture and the other guy, remember that song from 2015, Ogangagamsa? You remember that song that people
Yeah.
dance? So
Mm-hmm.
the name of the guy, the other guy who did Mongolia, China,
Yes.
Genghis Khan. So Genghis
Genghis
Khan,
Khan.
Genghis Khan, that's the name. That's what you have that song and people jump and dance. So
Mhm.
back to Toussaint Louverture, I think we're gonna try to find something about him and schedule for the future.
Definitely.
But now coming to this book, the way I understood it is he learned to ride by himself and he became a horseman, and then he get involved in so many things. And one of his attributes, like Roland says, is his discipline. And at that time, the Spanish and the French are against each other over there. And because of that rivalry over there in Europe, the Spanish were able to smuggle some arms to Toussaint Louverture and his guerrilla group. And that's a way they defeat,
French
how you call it, the French through, who was the French army?
general.
Napoleon, Bonaparte, Napoleon army.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah,
able to defeat them. Sometimes they will go around and know that they circle him, but at the end, he will escape somehow. He has always has a plan to escape, even though they around him. And funny or fact about him, he's a soldier. And opposite to the Western, he has some rule of discipline, but one of the main one is adultery. It has nothing to do with military, but his army group, you have to be disciplined. You married to a woman, a wife, you commit only to your wife. You don't cheat. And that's the core principle that he used to dress them and they honor him, and he was the winner. But unfortunately, at the end, his own people betray him,
really. Yeah.
right? And he was arrested and he died in jail. But he's the one who led to the only single black revolt that finished with a first black country in the world. As for today, he's the only one. All of the other one that didn't succeed. So what I can say right on
Oh,
that
yeah.
is I'm proud of learning that we have someone in history who did something great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Thomas.
Thank you.
Beyond, you want to say something?
Okay, I'll go. Okay, first I want to thank Christelle for a great presentation. And what I learned from the book is that culture isn't defined by statement or proclamation, but by consistent action and behaviors of its leaders and employees. And I like how the book used historical figures like Genghis Khan and literature to show how specific actions create lasting cultural identity and drive success. Hmm.
That's it.
Can you, Beyond, can you say one or two words about Toussaint Louverture?
Now,
Okay, thank you.
That's fine.
Thank you.
one more thing.
Thank, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. Bjorn. Mhm.
I want to go quickly before I started, before I forgot, is to thank Christelle. She was very, very well done. And also, even though that you didn't have time to present all of them, if you share your document with us, I think we will have some gems from it, because I noticed that you were trying to beat beyond, so you couldn't do all of them. So thank you for that one. Before I wanna go with Toussaint Louverture. It's the way they were pronouncing it. When I
Mhm.
was listening to it, and they
Mhm.
were saying Louverture, and I said, "Oh, I know that guy," but the pronunciation was a little bit difficult for me at the beginning to understand. What I could say, apart from what Roland said earlier, is the fact that Toussaint Louverture was Beninese. His parent came from Benin Republic, our country. So with that information, it gives us some proudness. Whenever we hear that, we feel like we are related to the Asian people. And even you go to Alada today, they have a statue, or I
Yeah, the
think, yeah,
statues.
a statue in Alada representing him, knowing that his parents came from that country, and that's make us sometimes proud. Anytime we see any Asian, we feel like we are brothers. So that's great on that one. And also, man is man. Why? Because even though that he set up some rules saying that you are not going to cross this one or you are not going to do that one, sometimes him too, he did them by having some scions. Scion means children that you don't recognize in the wedding log. He had those one. And also, what surprised me, but I'm not too surprised because I know that human is human, is the fact that he was slave, and when he had the money, the status to buy another slave, he was doing that as well. That's the same thing for the Liberians. Liberia, they say that, oh, we don't want the slavery here in America. They are touching us. They are doing this one. But when they get to Africa, they start buying the native Africans to be slave to them. So that's why this book is very, very important. It's not what you are saying, but it's what you are doing. That's how characterize yourself. And in another way, people always say you have to walk the talk. It's not just talk, talk, talk. You have to walk the talk. Means that you have to do what you are preaching so that people recognize that, oh, yes, this guy is this way, is this way. And on that, I think the book is not bad, but it's not maintaining the. I don't know. It doesn't pull people in that much. Otherwise, it's really, really important. The fact that he was taking example from the prisons as well. And prisons, we know that is a tough environment, but still he gets some anecdotes and example from that environment. I feel like it's important to walk the talk, and what you are doing is what you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
Brad.
Well, I will go quickly. I really don't have much to say. First of all, I want to thank Christelle for the great presentation. She summed up the book really, really well. Uh, for me, the main thing is, you know, is do what you say you want to do, right? You want to get people to trust you, and that is one of the valuable lesson in leadership. If you want people to follow you, to do what you are saying or you are asking them to do, you have to be trustworthy. So do what you ask people to do. So that's one big lesson I kind of take from this book, and I'm going to stick to it. And thank you again for Christelle for the presentation. And thank you everyone for your contribution tonight. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Papa
Yeah,
Colin.
thank you, Papa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, okay. Let me also chip in a little bit, and thank you guys for the few clarifications that you have given about Toussaint Louverture. And I forgot a lot about him, but do remember that we studied him back home. And as Frère Aaron said, he's from Benin, or the sources shows his ancestors are directly from Benin. That's why he has his representation back, even in Benin. And yes, multiple times when I meet with people here and the client, and they mention that they are from Asia, Haiti. As soon as I said we are from Benin. Oh, they almost always know about Benin and said that they are mostly from there. My father wants to go there. My mom wants to go there, and the like. So yes, Benin. Thanks to this author, we have one of our heroes that have been mentioned. So thank you so much, Christelle, for your presentation as well. At least you have given us the chance to have a good summary of the book. and you also manage to stay within the time, which is very important. So we have a good reference, and hopefully share it with us, and we will do the rest of the work on our for ourselves. Yeah. So and then one or two things that I would like to say about that Toussaint Louverture. At least he, yes, with his weaknesses, yes, but some of his action when he purchased slaves, he had the intention of building his army by purchasing the slaves and eventually have them to be able to fight alongside with him. Now, that was one great thing. The second great thing that he tried to show, but through his values, and of course, the author said that the values are really explicitly demonstrates through your virtue. So one of the great virtues that even the Western world recognized for him was the fact that he has returned the land to the white slave owners, and then through the territories that he has conquered, and then recommend to them that now from now on they to continue even exploiting their slaves, but to pay them, you know, a just how do you say it, in the right way for whatever they are contributing into their production, which was really good. Now, to sum up my thoughts, this book has it's been up and down, as Fred Arun was saying. In the middle, it was a little bit chaotic, pulling things from every angle. But from at the end, it was really good. It brought it back home at end to reinstate insist on to walk the talk. You are not what you say, but you are truly what you do or what you show. Okay, so I particularly, I learned a lot. Mistakes have been made in life, but I do know what value I have and what I really want to leave as legacy. So that these kind of books teach me so much and humbled me, draw my attention to my mistakes, and then remind me of what I really know that I am. And if some of my mistakes or some of my behaviors do not really match what I believe I I am or what I want to be, then I have to learn, step back, correct my path, remove storm from my way, and then regain the right path. So it is very, very, it is like a moral book for me, and I hope other people also take advantage of it.
Thank, thank
you.
you, thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, Charlie.
No problem.
The floor is still open. I know we have Shirel, we have Giovannia.
Yeah,
If Roland
I will
want
go.
to, and we have a fellow gister also.
Can y'all hear me?
No, the fellow gister is I just use it to be able to see the presentation, so I
Okay.
better close
No,
it.
it's okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Hi everyone.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Giovannia.
Hey, Giovanni.
Um, and thank you, Gonza Crystal, for your great presentation. Um, I think you have already said everything. What I learned is too easy to say I have principles, but it's through your action that you will truly see whether or not you are a person of principle. So that's all.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Can y'all hear me? Am I clear? Am I here?
Beyond here, we cannot hear you.
Yeah.
You can't hear me.
No,
No,
it look
your
like
voice
you're
is
far.
too far.
You're far from the microphone.
Okay. I don't know if I can change that
Go
one.
ahead.
So I guess I'll just say my part really quickly
It's
in
better
case my
now.
mic
Go
cuts out
ahead.
again. Hmm?
It's better now. We can hear you.
Okay. So, I think this book really pushes like an important idea about not only the like as Arun said, you have to walk the talk, right? But
Okay.
also, I want to bring up the idea of like incentive structures, right? Because as much as you may say you want something, the things that will happen are just the behaviors that you reward in the workplace, right? So, if you want to bring out certain behaviors in people, you just need to reward those behaviors. And I like the book talking about that. And it was a great presentation from Christelle. And I hope everyone has a good night. I wasn't able to finish the book in its entirety, but I did like the great presentation that Christelle gave. It explained a lot of the concepts that I missed. And I want to thank her for that.
Thank you, Shira.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Shira.
So I don't know if Joas is
Ye-
in. Joas,
ye-
are you?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hello,
Joas.
Joas.
Hi,
Yeah.
fellow Gister.
No, that's not me, fellow Juster. That's not me.
Okay.
That was Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
it's
yeah.
my first time joining the call. I mean, I didn't get a chance to read the book. That was my on my part, but from everyone input or from the great presentation Christelle did, I was able to pick one or two things. But I will make sure next time I do my due diligence to read the book beforehand. So I will be more, involved in the conversation. So, but today for sure, I pick up one or two things that I won't be able to talk about it. But for sure, next time when I read the book before the meeting, I will be able to give uh, my thoughts. So thank you again, and for sure, I will be more present to this call on Mondays. Thank you.
Thank
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 you.
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 Thank you, Fresh Joas.
Uh,
Then I want to please, I want to add something.
mhm.
And Christelle already mentioned that one. She said culture is shaped in crisis. Then for me, nobody is really perfect. Even in business or lead in management, you are not perfect. You are not a perfect, but we try to be the ideal, the, to become the ideal, a reference in everything. Then the life of a two-friendly virtue, everything, but that means that even the leader, the people you consider that they are leader, they are their wrong face we don't really see. If you are not you living, you are not living close of the people, you cannot know really who they are. But in some, I don't know how to say it really in English, but without the temptation, you cannot perfect. You need to fall. You need to fall, and after falling, you realize. So you say that one need to be avoided. That one need to be avoided. And as leader, the leader you have, the people that really were excel in the business, that not that mean that they never fall, they don't lose their game sometimes, they lose, but we need to learn from our mistakes sometimes. What I understand that we need to learn from the mistake to say, henceforth, never be, I never falling for these things. If you continue falling for the same thing, people call you stupid. You see, you
Yes.
are stupid. Then,
Insanity.
but if the people who are perfect are the one that try to avoid the mistake, to not perpetually, eternally, endless falling for the same thing. Then what I want to add.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, everyone. That is definitely true. And it's a how do we call it? It's a continuous search for the truth, which is philosophy. Okay, and life too is a continuous move towards the right, while we could never be right. So
Exactly.
great attitude will be something to know and learning from our mistakes while we maintain our vision and our focus on the right move is the best way to go. But we shouldn't repeat the mistakes. Great.
Okay. If you allow me a few minutes, a little bit input from my side. Also, again, thank you very much, Crystal, for the presentation and sharing. Also, I saw you already sent the file. And Nasif was saying you have to walk the talk. Like most of the Beyond, you're making a noise. So
I'm not making it.
Oh, okay.
can you mute? But someone is making a background noise. Okay. So going back to you have to walk the talk. Many religion, like if you take the main popular from Asia, I mean Muslim, Christianism, and Hinduism, Buddhism, and the other, they all will teach you do this, do this, do this. But the priest will always make sure to tell you, don't do what I'm doing, follow what I'm saying, right? And this book is telling us um, you have to do what you are preaching, right? That's the only way you'll be successful because you'll be aligned with the people, you have the same culture. So in the case of, because of the historical fact in the book, in the case of Gankan and Toussaint Louverture, they both, even though they are at two different geographical locations, they practice what is called meritocracy.
Mhm.
Meritocracy, not aristocracy. You don't look at like what is the rank of that person, what tribe or what group they are from. You look at their skill to assign them a role, to assign them the position. So this thing from Toussaint Louverture, if we look, he passed what, 1803?
Mhm.
Yeah, he passed on
Yes.
1804. So like more than 2 centuries, people are
Mhm.
already promoting meritocracy. And something else also that match also both of them is they work with the people and accept them as they are. If I take the case of Gankan, every territory that he conquered, he led people with their culture. He doesn't change their religion. He doesn't change anything. The only main stuff is you have to commit to Gankan and you're part of the empire. And that's the way he moved forward, right? You have to. So he has like a religion neutrality in his empire. He doesn't care who you are, whatever you believe, what you used to do, you have to continue. And today we call it what, when they say a government is neutral, doesn't have religion, it has a name I forgot, but we are just copying the past. Also, Guncan is the one, the first to create a kind of postal system to send letter from one place to another on his vast territory. So you hear people say post office, whatever, but that's something from Asia back in the day that we copy. And today we feel like we have the best system, but it's back in the day that people already. And then the fact is, until now at the military school around the world, these two people are example that they follow. I will end my contribution with this thing from the book where he say, parenting is leadership. So if you're gonna parent, you be a parent, you have to inspire the kid. And don't be surprised later what the kid will be doing. What they are doing is part of what they see with you, not what you yelled on them to do, but what you yourself you're doing before. They're gonna copy part of it. Or worse, they'll do more than what you were doing wrong. So we need to watch whatever we're doing around the kid. Now, going back to Toussaint Louverture, because there's a French word is close to us when you say Toussaint Louverture. All of the slaves, they don't have last name. If they have a last name, the last name has to be the last name of the owner. But when he freed himself, he bought himself out. His name is Toussaint, but not Louverture. But the fact, again, that's like whatever I read, because sometimes European are the one to write some of these books, so you have to take it, but just stay a little bit in your reserve. What they say is the fact that people from his army. They're straightforward, disciplined, they trust the wife, they value the wife. It make it some of the white plantation owner wife envy the black people on what they're gonna become if they behave like that, because the white, usually slave owner, sometime in the weekend, if a friend is visiting, they can give a black woman for the visiting person to sleep with, and you like you passing the Friday to Saturday, and then later that person, that woman, black woman is praying, will have a kid, but the kid is the slave for the owner, right? That's the stuff they used to do. So the wife of the plantation owner, there are people like who are mentally abused because of what their husband and friend have been doing. But when Toussaint Louverture start this thing and they say the behavior, the discipline, they feel like, okay, these people, they're gonna be something better than our society. So at some point, when he escaped many, because many times they know he's somewhere, but at the end they don't find him, it looked like some of the plantation owner wife were involved. So that's why they took the name Louverture. Like even if they circle and they close it completely, there were always an opening for him. Somehow at the end you don't find him. So maybe they hide him, so we don't know. But that's where the name Louverture is from, and he became known as Toussaint Louverture. So, but again, we'll try to find a book on him because he's one of our heroes, and to read about, and then we'll get close to our culture for what happened. Thank you.
So, oh, thank you very much. Yeah. And you said there was a YouTube video that you saw from the author. Could you share it with us, or you have
Yeah,
already? Probably.
I shared it yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Oh,
The link
okay.
is somewhere there, and you can see he talk about or some of the thing. It's fascinating though.
Okay. Great.
So anyone, any additional contribution? It look like we are 9:45, and we can still afford 10 to 15 more minutes. But if we don't have anyone, I know the
Yeah.
book is
One of
kind of, the
the
book is
things that I
different.
want.
Go ahead.
Pardon?
No, I said
Yeah,
this
one of
this
the
book
things
is
that I
different.
wanted to say,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we are talking about Jenkins Khan and then Toussaint Louverture. But Frere Arun mentioned the guy James X from the jail who finally implemented a very good, leadership and honest leadership way to do things. And the name that he finally chose is the one that fascinated me. He chose Chaka for because of his respect and the way the Chaka Zulus are organized and do things. And then he chose the first president of Senegal, Senghor, okay, and then became a Chaka Senghor.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
which is so fascinating. Which shows that our culture is rich. There are a lot of things that we could learn from it, but at the end, as the book was portraying, yes, we should walk the walk, and we should walk the talk, and
Yeah.
people will, as Fred Thomas just said, even our children, they will even multiply our wrongdoing. If we really want them to do the right things, we have to be the example. So great leadership comes from leading by example, not leading by recommendation.
Cool.
So thank
So
you guys
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. And one more thing that I wanted to say about the past book, I nearly mentioned it when we were discussing last week that the book had so much and certain key things are at the towards the last part of it. The last two chapters were loaded. They seem to even value the whole more than the whole the first part that we have read. And eventually I finished the book later on, and then I just really wanted to share with you guys that if you hadn't finished that book, even if you don't want to go over key things, read the seven. all the sections of the 7. It is very, 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 very useful.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
No problem.
So thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm not going to next week yet, just to announce. Next week, I'll be presenting Up from Slavery. I think this book gonna match the Toussaint Louverture thing, Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington. I put the link for the PDF. I put it in the book club, or if you want, I can just send the PDF in the group, in the WhatsApp group, and you go from there. And Shirel will be the one to introduce me. And on January 19th, Shirel presenting the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Now,
You read that book before, right?
the 4-Hour Work Week. Can someone check
Check.
the 4-Hour Work Week? Let me leave it since we still have 10 minutes. Let's leave it in for and then after, if we need to change it, we'll change it. Okay.
But we
For
can still read it again.
yeah, for the 10 minutes remaining, we talked earlier, I think in December, that it's good that at some point, each of us, we want to say what this book club is changing or bringing to our life, family life, work life. And we might take this 10 minutes. If anyone want to do a little testimony, or you want to say, hey, by the way, this book club brought me, or because of this book club, I was able to do Y, Z. If the floor is open to, so, and if you get also any idea about what improvement, what should we change moving forward, let's use this 10 minutes as advantage for that. And I'll look at Up from Slavery. Oh, the 4-hour week later.
Yeah,
So the
the
floor is
4 hour
open.
week, what do you want us to say about, to check about it? Because I check it, it's correct. We even have the PDF file available online.
But did
And
we
as it,
read it before? Did we read it before?
No, I
no,
don't. I didn't
Okay.
see it.
no, we didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
We
could.
didn't. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, before we say goodbye, if anyone want to talk about this club, like
Okay. One
what
thing
is
that
it?
I would love to say, if you allow me just a quick minute. First of all, I could say that I'm becoming a better and better person every day. One quick example, today I could listen to book, the audible, twice the speed is becoming sometimes slow, which means that I have improved a lot. And second, one quick thing that I am trying to do, and it has become so effective, is whenever I put something into writing, it materializes. Or at least I have better move towards its accomplishment. So I'm trying my best. Do I plan is no longer in my head. Plan is no longer a wish. And the previous book that we read, and I mentioned it, also said that Eleanor Roosevelt said it takes as much effort to plan or to wish as to plan. So instead of just wishing or hoping, let's move into planning. And I personally, I realize that anything that I'm trying to do, when I put my head down, take a pen, a paper, and start writing it, it comes and it gets done. So that has become part of things that I'm doing, and I'm accomplishing so much, honestly.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks to the group.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I have a request.
Go ahead.
Okay, my wife told me that she want to be member of the TSPI. I don't know the rule. Then I told her that I left already California to Texas. Then I said I don't know the condition. Then I need to ask people if she can be member.
It's a $40 membership fee.
Okay.
Yeah,
He told me that she liked the way we do what we do. She likes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so to answer your question, is a free book club is a free society for growth. At
Okay.
some point, we decided to put down $10 presence fee. Like if someone didn't show up and didn't notify the group 1 hour before the club start, that person will lose $10. But we're not enforcing that. So
Okay.
right now, let's not worry about the $40 or the rule about the money. But
Okay.
the book club is open to join, and our intent is to be present every Monday, 9 o'clock. It's 9 to 10.
Okay.
If someone cannot attend for medical or work reason, traveling, any reason, to let the group know at least 1 hour before 9 on Monday to say, hey, I'm not joining today.
Okay.
And that's the main rule. We can share the link and all of that. You already have them. And
Yep.
it'll be a pleasure for us, for her to join the club.
Okay. Okay. I
I
will
don't
share
know
the link.
if someone want to add something to it, but that's
Yeah, I want to add the fact that she has to be ready to present as well. Because as
Yeah.
you can see, we normally take a turn to present the books. So she will be available as well to present. And if they put her turn and she feel like she cannot do it or she doesn't have availability, she just need to inform, and then we can move her up or down.
Okay. That works.
Mm.
okay.
That's fine.
And
Thank
one
you.
more thing, if the book that we just read said that one of the leaders made it mandatory for every manager to show up ahead of time. That if you are not 5 minutes earlier, then you are late. And he, even though $10 per minute late is almost nothing for them, by implementing that rule for anyone to come who come in on when you are on time, that means that you are 5 minutes late and you have to pay $50. If I could just say that literally, it has made all of them rumble, complain, but before they realize everyone is on time. So if we could again implement our rule, it will help us. When we were doing it, it was fun. By saying that people have to pay $10, it was making people to show up.
Yeah. To
Okay.
make it a little serious.
So we might visit it again.
Yeah.
Now, again,
Okay.
for the contribution, the book.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, for
Okay, go ahead.
thank you, Farron. So for me, from this book club, I learn a lot of leadership stuff, right? Being patient, listen more, uh, and yeah, listen more, be patient, and not taking anything personal, right? I learn to move past issue. So that the book club taught me that or reinforced that in me. On the other side, financial side, I learned to budget. Like I have a budget that I live with, right? So every time I threw a tomatoes away. Now I know I'm throwing money away. So when we learned that from Susie Orman. That's so budgeting. I stuck with budgeting, and I I invest more. So that is one big thing we are doing. Also, having a goal. So I I try to stick like choose a realistic, achieve attainable goal, like we learned from Zig Ziglar and the Jim Rohn and all of that. So yeah, I learned a lot. I'm a new person since we started.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, Me too. I want to say that the book club has changed me, even though that I was a person who loved to read. It wasn't. There was no peer. Re, how,
Question. Peer
peer
pressure.
pressure. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was no peer pressure to force me to read, because you might take one book and say, okay, I'll read it, and you might finish it off in 1 month, 2 months. And but here, you know that, especially when you want to present those books, when you want to present it, you are obliged to think about it. You have to write it down, and all this one make me to be better. It helps me to set up my HSA, have saving account,
Mhm.
even though that my workplace doesn't have it. But the book told me that, oh, you can go through this. So all this one I learned from this book club. It gave a lot of value. And what I'm thinking to improve on it is the fact that we might create a subgroup, a sub club, and that club will be a book study instead of book club. Book study, what I mean by that is, we are no longer rushing to do it in 1 week, but we might take one book and say, okay, we will read 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages per day or per week, so that everyone will be on the same page. If there are some action through the books, everyone has to do those action. Because what I notice now is that we are learning a lot. It's like our knowledge is junky knowledge, but we are not putting it into action. And to force us to do it, to put them into action, might be another book club or book study. We're gonna study the book instead of just read it to read. Because as you could see from Fred Thomas last time, he enumerates almost 50 actions that we could take from one book. All those action, if we can follow the other person and say, oh, eh, Fred John, you did this one. Okay, Fred John will say, yeah, I did it. Maybe, okay, I don't understand. And we will force, not force, but to help John to understand how to do that. So we all evolve and evolve on these values. So because we are learning a lot, and we could see that each book sometimes is like, oh, we learned that one from the other book. Oh, we learned that.
Yeah.
So why are we rushing if we can take one book and try to devote and we get everything out of it? So it's my improvement. And another part is the fact that I know my pronunciation is not good at all, but it could be another way for us as well to learn, to learn how to pronounce things. Especially we have few native here who can help us. We are not going to feel like, oh, I'm already a grandpapa, I'm not going to accept it. But we could let like beyond, like Shiren, like Christelle, those who are already having the accent of this country, to help us. To We are not going to, if we set the rule that way, we are not going to get mad if our great great son, or they are not our great son, but I'm just making it laugh. If
Yeah.
our kids are telling us, oh, Papa, you are not pronouncing it well, you are not
Yeah.
doing this one, so that we can improve our pronunciation as well at the same time, which will be one stone to kill two birds.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm,
That's good
Thank
idea.
you.
All good ideas.
All
I
good
took note.
ideas.
I took
mm,
note, and we'll see how
mm.
to
Yes, I
Chris.
could also say, if I may add one more thing, that we are getting, personally, I'm getting more and more comfortable presenting, because before that, it was much of a concern whenever I have to do any presentation. I never liked it. But by having to do it here, learning,
Mhm.
allowing, or going through it, and then with my different brothers and sisters, allowing me to make my mistakes and practicing, I'm getting more and more comfortable presenting compared to when we have started.
Thank you, Charlie. How you get to Carnegie Hall?
Practice,
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 Right.
practice,
practice.
You
practice.
got there. Yeah. That's the way you get there.
I did. say something.
Oh
Beyond one.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Beyond.
Well, this book club has changed me by making me talk more when I need to, and more elaboration, and to apply more rules of the Carnegie Hall.
Oh, good. To
Also,
get to Carnegie Hall.
That's what, just practice. Keep practicing.
Standing ovation, Bio.
and we are all learning the beyond approach now. Everybody is on time. No more lengthy presentation. We are learning a lot. We are
Yeah.
Mhm,
learning a lot. Yeah.
mhm.
I know it's 10:04 already, but we start at 10:0 at 9:05. So one more minute. If
A-
go
And
ahead.
I would say that sometimes we feel anytime the best time is the best one, but we just feel like why we didn't start it earlier than that. And
Mhm.
we can put to the positive side of COVID-19 as well, because it's a COVID-19